Sir, in the last video, just we had a discussion about by consumer. Sir, what is the function of you can able to use? Just basic idea. Now I will go for a more meaningful example where by consumer and by function applicable in our day-to-day coding. Remember that here I am going to use by function and even by consumer also. Sir, what the main objective? Just observe, have a look once. Sir, demo program to increment employee salary by using by consumer. Sir, by using by consumer I want to increment employee salary. Okay, how much is salary? Sir, if I provide employee object and incremental salary, now my by consumer is the responsible to increment that salary. Are you getting how you can able to do? Just let me explain, sir. Have a look once very carefully, sir. Here, what is this one? It is employee class employee. Next string name double salary. Just there are for every employee two instance variables are there, name and salary. Next employee of name salary. This dot name is equal to name, this dot salary is equal to salary, like this, right? I have these things, right? So now I created one array list object. Array list of employee, L is equal to new array list of employee. So to hold employee objects, I created one array list object, right? Okay, by using generics, you know. Next, to create employee objects, what I want to do is, I don't want to use a new employee like that. I want to use by function. Okay, observe, by function, if I can provide name salary, yeah, the inputs, as input type, it is going to create employee object and returns that employee object. Sir, in the last videos we covered, sir, what is by function? By function is always going to take two input argument and return something. Here, employee name and employee salary, I am providing at the input type. Now it is going to return employee object. Okay, sir, F is equal to name comma salary. If I can provide name comma salary at the input, now it is going to return new employee object. Employee object is going to return with a specified name and a salary. Yeah, beautiful example, sir. Beautiful by function. Sir, if I provide employee name and employee salary, then it is going to create employee object and returns that employee object. For that I am using by function, sir. Now L dot add F dot apply Durga 10,000 Durga 1,000. Sir, do you know if I'm passing name and 1,000, name and salary, with this an employee object will be created. That employee object will be returned. Now that return employee object I am adding to array list. Regarding L dot add off this return type. The return type is always what? Employee object. Sir, similarly, F dot apply Sunny 2,000, sir, Bunny 3,000, Chinny 4,000, like. Can you please tell, after completing this code, my array list object contain how many employee objects, right? 4 employee objects are available. Remember this. Sir, now what I want to do is, I want to write a by consumer which can accept employee object and incremental salary. Yes, sir, 500 increment, salary increment I want to provide. So, employee object and 500, if I can provide, what it's going to do is, it will increment that salary. Yes, how we can able to do that, sir? Very simple. Have a look once. Very important, sir. By consumer, this by consumer is always going to take employee object, comma, double, yeah, the input. What is this double? Double means how much increment you want to provide. Sir, I want 500 rupees increment. That 500 is of what type? Double type. So, employee type and double type. Are you getting? If these two types are the input. Now, C is equal to, if I can provide E comma, increment. Just these are the variables to the accept method. E comma increment. What I have to take is, sir, E dot salary is equal to sir, E dot salary plus increment, like it's going to do that. So E dot salary is equal to E dot salary plus increment. It is going to do that. That's all. It is not going to return anything, because by consumer or normal consumer internally accept method return type is always what type, sir? Void only. It won't return anything. Just increment that salary. That's all. Okay. Like now I want to use this by consumer for every employee object present inside array list. What about my requirement is for each employee, E in L. Are you getting? For every employee, E in present inside array list. What I want to do is C dot accept of E. Can you please pass employee object, comma, how much increment you want? How much increment? Double value you require to pass, right? 500. That's all, sir. Automatically this accept method, by consumer accept method, what it will do is it will increment employee salary. That's all. So for all employees, salaries by default will be incremented by 500 rupees. Are you getting that? Okay. Now what I want to take is really incremented or not? I want to check, sir. Very simple. For each employee, E in L. For each employee, E in L. Now system.out.println E dot name system.out.println E dot salary. For every employee, can you please print name and salary? Sir, whether salary incremented or not, now you can able to see, sir. Okay, that's all. Beautiful concept. Yes, have you observed, right? Okay. So how you can apply by consumer? How you can apply by function? Are you getting? Where you can apply by function, by consumer, like this, right? Next, moreover, do you know, to print this thing also, if you want I can write consumer, but anyway all the things if I will use, you may get confused. That's why I'm not. Sir, if you want you can able to, sir, do this activity by using consumer also. We covered already this example while discussing consumer. Okay, just that's all. This is about how you can able to do. Sir, let me execute this code. Have a look once. Observe carefully, sir. This example is already with me. Sir, class employee class having name and a salary. Next and after that, this is the employee object, string a name, double salary, this dot name and so on. Next, a class test, array list of employee L is equal to array list of employee by function string a double employee. Are you getting that? So to create employee objects based on employee name and a salary, just this is the by function, sir. F is equal to like this. So just I'm using by function to create employee objects. All those employee objects by default will be added to the array list. Remember that. Next, by consumer, if I provide employee and increment E comma D, of course D itself is nothing but what? Increment man. Increment E dot salary is equal to E dot salary plus increment like this I'm taking, plus increment like for each employee even in L, C dot accept of E comma 500.0. Are you getting that? Because I'm always a double type, right? That's why I have to pass double. So do you know this by consumer is always going to increment this particular employee salary with 500. So this cycle will be repeated for every employee, right? So for all employees, their incremental salary by default will be incremented by 500, right? Okay. Now for each employee E in L, can you please print employee name and then employee salary, and for representation purpose one empty line also I'm printing in the middle. Sir, originally what are the salaries? Can you please observe? Originally at the beginning how much salaries, right? 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000. If real increment is going to be happen, then for all the employees salary by default will be incremented by 500. Then automatically, sir, 1000 plus 500 means 1500, 2500, 3500 and 4500 by default will be there. Let me execute this code. Have a look once. Sir, the code compiles fine. Next, what is the output by default you are going to get, sir? Yes, make sure, sir, Durga, salary now 1500, means incremented, sir. Sunny, salary 2500. Bunny, salary 3500. Chinny, salary, sir, 4500, means the salaries got incremented. Everyone can able to understand? Sir, this is what you people should aware, how you can use by consumer, how you can use by function, sir, in our day-to-day coding. Remember that, sir, all these things, if you really, sir, familiar with these concepts, then our life by default will become very easy, sir. How to use lambda expressions, how you can use predefined functional interfaces, it should be part of your day-to-day coding, right? Clear? Any explanation is required? Okay, that's all. Thank you.